Was Obsession good? Yes, it was. The reviews and the box office show that yes, it was. If you didn't know, the opening weekend box office was the lowest it was for that movie. The box office has been growing every weekend since the opening, which is rare because most movies have the opening weekend as their biggest, and then it falls off every other weekend. But this movie has been growing every other week, or not every other weekend, every weekend, which, fun fact, hasn't happened since E.T., another absolutely scary movie. Speaking of scary movies, Obsession. Was it good? Yes, it was. Did you? Fun fact? No, I'm not going to go into that. Yes, Obsession was really good. Pretty scary. I am going to make two parts to this video. One is the spoiler-free review. The second part is going to be the spoiler review. Um, my apologies. I am not a professional movie reviewer, so this might be bad or not. We'll have to see. Uh, yeah. So if you haven't watched this movie, I do recommend it. Just before I talk about any part of it, I do recommend going in as blind as you can. If you haven't seen the trailer or the movie or whatever, I would be surprised if you haven't seen this movie or anything about the movie. But if you haven't, then I do recommend, watching it first by itself, blind. Now, with that being said, Obsession. What can I say about it that hasn't already been said? Firstly, Indy Navarrete, my DMs are open. Just saying. I'm just kidding. Or am I? This is a good movie. This will be my spoiler-free section. This is a good movie. The acting is really good. Indy Navarrete is phenomenal. I see an Oscar very soon in her future. Um, if not for this movie, then definitely another movie. She is the obvious breakout star. She plays Nikki in the movie. She's, the obvious breakout star of this movie. She's so good. There are so many scenes that the choices she makes, the way she acts is so good. And there's one scene in particular where I'm thinking of one like thing she did where if anyone else did that or if anyone played it with less intensity than she did, it wouldn't have come across as scary as it did. It would have just been goofy. If this wasn't her playing it or someone like doing the performance that she was doing, this movie could have not been as scary as it was. She definitely made the movie. I fully agree with that. But overall, the cast was really good. The acting was really good. The writing was on point. I really enjoyed it. There wasn't like too many clunky lines. Wasn't too much exposition. There wasn't like it was really solid writing all around. Um, the scares. This is a scary movie. I'm not gonna like hype it up like Long Legs did, where it's like this is the scariest movie ever. You're gonna poop your pants so much you're gonna need a diaper. Like I'm not gonna hype it up like that, but this is a scary movie. I love horror movies. I watch a lot of horror movies. I don't often get scared by horror movies. Um, because I've watched a lot of them, I can see like the tropes and the cliches and everything that they do in horror movies. This one, I'm not going to say fight against those tropes or cliches, but it is still effective in delivering scares. There is a scene in this movie that I believe is the scariest scene in the movie and genuinely one of the I wouldn't say scariest, but genuinely one of the best scenes in a horror movie and scary. It's not one of the scariest scenes in a horror movie, but it's pretty close to being it. Um, yeah, actually, I'm gonna say that it to me it is one of the scariest scenes in a horror movie because of Indy Navarrete's performance. If you're watching this, and obviously if you haven't watched the movie and you go watch the movie, I hope you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, Overall, it was a really solid, really good movie. Curry Parker didn't like skimp on his professional on his creative vision, which I really appreciate. He did what he wanted to do. It seems the in terms of directing and script writing and like what the movie was. It seems like it is what he wanted it to be, which I love. I absolutely love when that happens. It's happened with Pixels, with Backrooms by Kane Parsons slash Kane Pixels already, where the creative vision wasn't hidden just because now it's like a big movie. It's, it's still the creative vision comes out, and I really like that. Um, this is a better movie than Backrooms, in my opinion. It's scarier than Backrooms. Just want to say that. Yeah, this is a good movie, and Kari Barker did a great job. I I would dare to say that him and Jordan Peele can be mentioned in the same breath for a multitude of reasons. Namely, not specifically namely, but they are both comedians going into horror, and Jordan Peele's breakthrough horror movie Get Out was phenomenal. The acting, the writing, the performance. Jordan Peele won an Oscar for that. Daniel Kaluuya won an Oscar for that. It's such a good movie. Um, but I do think that Curry Barker and Jordan Peele can be spoken about together. That's all I'm gonna say. He wears these inspirations on his sleeve. You can very obviously see all of the inspirations in this movie. I'm not going to mention them here because that would kind of spoil them. But the main premise of the movie is heavily inspired by another really good movie, and you watch through this movie and you can pinpoint exactly what parts he got from other movies and how he kind of put them together to make it his own, and make it his own. He did a really really good job at just crafting a proper scary movie that's not the Wayans Brothers movies. No, it's a proper good scary movie. I like scary movies that have a good plot and good themes to them. This is that. There's a lot of movies. One of my favorite scary movies is The Babadook. That like has a good plot, good themes, good scares. I'm not comparing this to Babadook. I'm just kind of showing you how I go into horror movies. Like I said, I watch a lot of them. I like them, and so it's often hard to find one that has a good plot and good scares. Um, this one has both. The story is really good, the scares are really good, and just overall, it is a solid movie. Um, the like I said, the acting's good, the cast is great. Indy Navarrette's phenomenal. Can't give her laurels enough. She was really, really good in this. There are scenes in the movie where I watch them and I'm like, okay, this is good, this is scary, and I really appreciate that. It's nice to see scary scenes. But my point of that sentence was I watched the scenes and they're scary, but only afterwards I was sitting, last night chatting to my friend about it. And I was thinking about the scenes and like they scared me so much more. Like thinking back on them and realizing a lot of the parts. Because I think while watching the movie, I was just kind of watching them. But now when I sat with them, I was like, okay, yeah. And there were some scenes where I was like sitting back in my theater seat. There was when I felt like the movie was ending, I was genuinely like getting myself ready to leave. I left like as soon as that movie was over. There are no post credit like scenes or things or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it. You can leave when the movie's over, and I highly recommend it. I was sitting in an empty theater when I first walked in, and there were two rows behind me, and the row at the very back was like pitch black. And I am so extremely grateful that people walked in before the movie started, because genuinely, I might have walked out of the cinema if, like, when I was sitting, if no one else had walked in, because just or because of the environment I was in. I'm not trying to hype up the movie too much and say, it's the scariest movie ever, but I am trying to say that like I was personally scared by it, and I really appreciate that. I haven't found a movie I was scared by in quite a while. Yeah, it's a good movie, and I highly recommend watching it. I'm going to go into the spoiler section now, but please, like I said, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Don't get anything spoiled for you. If you haven't seen the trailer, even better. I know that this movie's been out for like forever now. I didn't realize it came out so long ago. I only watched it like yesterday as of recording this. Um, yeah, and I'm surprised it didn't get spoiled like anything. It's yeah, it's really cool, and I'm glad I didn't. If you haven't watched the movie, cannot recommend enough. Go watch it. This is going to be the spoiler section of the video now, so I'm going to give you a warning. You have time to leave. You can click off this video. You can go away. Um, I'm going to be saying all of this because if you're watching this video on like a second screen, you might be rushing to turn it off now because this video can't be on a second screen. But yeah, I'm just going to be talking, and trying to, you know, talk for time, play for time, and stall in case you're not able to turn the video off as fast as like you want to. Okay, I hope that was enough time. This is the spoiler section of the movie. I'm going to be talking spoilers for this movie. Okay, that scene in the bedroom where she's like, go to sleep, and then she sneaks out. That is a genuinely scary scene. That's the scene I was talking about. It being like it's probably one of the scariest scenes in the movie, or the scariest scene in the movie, and one of the best / scariest scenes in a horror movie. This that part where she like stepped out like that is very creepy, and if she didn't play it the way like the as with the intensity that she did, then that would not have been scary. I think I would have laughed. That's a goofy thing. It reminds me of Pink Panther, you know, the little creep walk. So it is creepy because of how she did it, and the control she has over her face and over her body during this movie is crazy. It's so good. The frown, the smile when um, Bear leaves for work, the frown when he's going to kiss Sarah, not going to kiss Sarah, but when he's at the party, or he kissed the person to her left. The like screams, the way she moves, it's so impressive how much control she has over her body and over her face muscles, and the way she's able to switch between freaky Nikki and real Nikki is so good. The at the end, when Bear's dead and then Freaky Nikki like goes away and real Nikki comes back, the crying between Freaky Nikki being like crying because Bear's dead, and the crying with real Nikki realizing the situations he's in, they are different cries. They sound different. You can like it almost feels like they are different people crying. The the scenes where she has to switch, like in the party scene, where she's like, it's not me," and then smashes. That's so good. The switch is really good. The fear that she has in her voice, being like, "It's not me," is so good. The very start of the movie when when she had just gone over to his house and they're in bed together and they're kissing, and like she jumps back, and it's like that's scary. Like that got me. Like I was jumping throughout this movie. That's not just like a jump scare for jump scare's sake. Like there's a jump scare, and then it like plays out the rest of the scene. It doesn't just go rah, and then it's the scene's over. It's so like good the way she like switches between Freaky Nikki and Nikki. It's such a good performance. The way she moves, the way she like moves her face, the monologue that she says, the Hansel and Gretel monologue, disturbing. Apparently, is written by Kari Barker's father, who is apparently an experienced playwright. So that's cool. But that monologue is very disturbing, and she delivers it so well. And like when she looks at Bear, and it's like only the love that a willow tree can bring. It's like it's so creepy. The scene where with Sarah, in the car where she like multiple times. That's disturbing. That's like it's genuinely a disturbing scene in the movie. I was sitting there telling myself, this isn't real, this isn't real, it's a movie, this is a movie. You've seen these people in real life as that scene was happening, just because I was so disturbed and freaked out by it. That's probably the most disturbing scene in the movie. Arguably, um, not really. I not really actually. Not arguably. That is probably the most disturbing scene in the movie. And the next one is when she poses the body and then like tattoos herself, and people saying that she's scalped. Sarah and like was wearing Sarah's hair, but I don't see that personally. I just saw her doing her hair similar to how Sarah did, and yeah, but that was probably the most disturbing scene in the movie. The bashing the head in. Um, like I expected something to happen. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought we'd see like Nikki running up the window from far and then like smashing through the window and then something happening. I didn't expect that. Nikki just appeared out of nowhere. Speaking of appearing out of nowhere, at the start of the movie, after he makes his wish, we hear the door open and close. He makes his wish, and then Nikki's outside. Hello? How did she do that? Why can she teleport all of a sudden? That's that's not okay. Um, that's it's really the first sign that something is off. That scene. I just keep saying that scene. I just have to break down all these scenes. The kill me scene. You know it is so genuinely scary. Just the idea of like real Nikki being like, please kill me. And then also where she's like, please, no, shh, don't wake her. Like Nikki knows that like someone else is controlling her body. Freaky Nikki is controlling her body. On that note, Curry Barker did say that he didn't want Nikki to play possessed. He wanted her to be jealous because he didn't want it to just be another possession movie. It is a jealous girlfriend movie. Um, which I got. I didn't see her as possessed. I saw her as Nikki if Nikki was obsessed with um, um, Bear, which is obviously the way he wanted it to be played. But if it was taken to like an unhealthy degree and not just you know the like a healthy obsession. Um, yeah, it was like done so well again by Indy and written so well by Curry that I have to give them their laurels. I have to, you know, uh, praise them where praise is valid. I forget what the saying is. So let's talk about Bear for a second. He's the bad guy of the movie, right? Like he's the bad guy of the movie. He messes Nikki up once he realizes that she is messed up. He doesn't do anything. He kind of like lets her do stuff while like that scene where she cooks the cat. Um, he's just like, we talked about this. You can't be doing that. I'm gonna go to a boys' night, and then she screams and is like, if you wanted to invite me, amazing, like screaming. By the way, such good screaming from Navarrete. Yeah, but she was like, if you want to invite me, you would have invited me. And then he's like, fine, you can come. And she's like, okay, I'll go get dressed. Like, firstly, that's humorous. I will say that that is very like funny the way she's just like switches up all of a sudden, and then at the end when she's like banging the bathroom door and she's like, "What are you doing?" and he's like, "I'm just going to the bathroom." She's like, "Okay," and then she's like, "Hey, but then we should break up." Like it's funny how she switches up, but again, very good job. Um, but yeah, there's the bad guy. Once she cooks the cat, he doesn't do anything about this. He doesn't try to change it. He doesn't try to like alter it or anything. Like we know he like tried to undo the wish when he called the One Wish Willow like helpline, but he doesn't really try to like stop Nikki from doing anything else. He just still kind of just keeps like he stays with her. And then that scene where she begs, like real Nikki begs for death, he's like, what's so bad about being with me? Like that's evil. Like this girl is stuck suffering. He knows that she's suffering. He called the helpline. She was screaming. That the concept of that, of where it's just like you want to talk to her, and it's just screaming, terrifying to me. There's something about because it's like an unknown fear. Why is she screaming? What's happening? What? It's terrifying to me because it's so unknown what's happening to real Nikki, and you feel so sad for her because now real Nikki hasn't been changed to be obsessed with. Um, it's not real Nikki that has been changed to be obsessed with Bear. It's not like a flip switch and now she's obsessed with Bear. It's like freaky Nikki took over her body, like a new version of Nikki that is obsessed with Bear took over her body, while real Nikki is stuck just watching it happen, just knowing that it's happening, and suffering. And Bear makes no attempt to like end that up until the very end. But even then, he can't shoot himself. He takes all the tablets and then still like tries to throw it up because like he's selfish. He makes a selfish decision to do it. The only reason that it works is because Freaky Nikki made the wish. I assume for him to love her more than anyone. Um, but the reason that stops is because of the wish that Freaky Nikki made, not because he as a person realized that that's that's probably better to do. For him to not throw up after taking all those tablets. Um, uh, yeah, he is a sucky main character. We see and we can kind of empathize with him, like the idea of you're just scared to ask your crush out. You don't want to get rejected, especially if it's a friend who can ruin a friendship. And there's so much, but he should have just said yes. Nikki's like, "Do you like me?" He should have just said yes. He shouldn't have like done all of this. But even then, he probably broke the wish, not expecting it to work. He was probably just upset with himself. He was like, "Oh, I wish you loved me more than anyone," and broke it. That's a valid thing to do. But then after he realized all of this is happening, he doesn't try to stop her, try to change anything. And when he does eventually try to stop what's happening to her, it's already after some bad things have happened, and he tries to stop himself from dying. He makes a selfish decision. He's a good main character, or he's a bad main character. He's a bad person and a bad main character, but for this movie that works. So he's a good main character in the movie. You know what I mean? Um, Michael Johnson, I believe is his name. Also, he did a great performance as Bear. His facial expressions really conveyed a lot. In that scene where Nikki smashes the bottle and stabs herself, he just sits there defeated. The scene where Ian wishes for a billion and then he just kneels down and looks at him defeated. His facial expressions conveyed a lot. Again, Navarrete, way better job, especially control of her face. But he Michael Johnston did do a good job as Bear. Bear sucks as a main character. We can all relate to him, especially at the start. But once everything that happens, we can't. There's no way for us to keep relating to him or keep you know supporting him again, especially after that "what's so bad about being with me" scene. Nikki's begging for death, and he's like, "But I love you, and I want you to love me." And the fact that this obsession with Nikki is is coming after his grandmother's passing shows, with the ChatGPT stuff, it shows that this probably isn't a love or anything. This probably is just an obsession. He's probably feeling depressed. He lost his grandmother. She might have helped him through it. Sarah, I saw a theory saying that Sarah probably helped him through most of it, but because his focus was on Nikki, he really saw what Nikki did and made that she's the only one who helped him through it, because he ignored the other people helping him through it. But his obsession with Nikki comes from, probably isn't a long thing, isn't a thing that's happened, isn't it's not this big thing that's been happening for a while. It's probably just a new thing coming off of the passing of his grandmother, which is so it's sad for him, sure, we feel bad for him, but it's also he ruins this girl's life. He's the bad guy of the movie. He ruins this girl's life because he's too afraid to say yes. Dude, come on. He is the bad guy of the movie. There's obviously a lot of bad guys, but Freaky Nicky is really just doing what the wish dictates, and he is operating out of his own free will. I think technically Freaky Nicky is also operating out of her own free will. She seems to be able to do whatever she wants, just with the condition that she loves Bear. I also saw a theory talking about that was cool for me because it reframes it from not uh, Nikki being jealous of Bear and Sarah, but Sarah's love for Bear kept growing, and the wish dictates that Nikki has to love him more than anyone, and so, um, in an abstract sense, her love for him kept growing to an unhealthy degree because Sarah's love kept growing, and so she had to keep one-upping Sarah essentially. I like that theory. I like it. I'm not gonna use that as canon in the movie in my head canon, but I do like the theory, and it is cool to think about. Yeah, Carrie Barker also said that he didn't do a lot of lore for the One Wish Willow, which I don't like. I want to know more. I want to know every single thing about this Willow. What's happening? Where was Nikki? Why was she screaming? What's happening? It's like, tell me more. Like, did he have a gun? No. I want to know more about this lore of this. He is making a second movie called Anything But Ghosts. I'm probably getting that wrong. I looked it up this morning and I already forgot it. Um, I hope I'm getting that right. But yeah, it's going to be with him and Cooper Tomlinson, who played Ian, and it's his sketch comedy partner. Uh, they they're co-writing it. Curry's directing it, and they're starring in it. It's got Aaron Paul. Apparently, it's Bryce Dallas Howard as well, which is for your second movie. That's some big names, relatively big names. Yeah, and apparently it takes place in the same universe as Obsession. So there was apparently going to be a reference to like what I theorize is just going to be like a newspaper article being like woman commits triple homicide, then attempts whatever. But it would be I don't know why I said it would be it would be cool if that is what happens. He did say it's confirmed. From what I've read, it is confirmed that it takes place in the same universe, and we will see a reference to it, and uh, it might feature the Willow as well. Like the Willow might be in this new movie as well. I don't think it's going to be prominent because we already had it prominent in Obsession, but it would be cool to see like a connection. And he said it's connected, so yeah, there will be a connection. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie. It is a great movie, great job, amazing, 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 amazing. From an indie director, first time horror movie, so good. I already said this, but like comedy, I didn't say this exactly, but comedy to horror pipeline is so good. Jay Cote said that it is because it's using timing and I forget the other word, but it's timing and pacing and everything to evoke a specific reaction from the audience. Where if it's a laughter or if it's like a scream or whatever, it's it's a very similar genre. They're very similar genres in like how they work and like how they work for the audience. I don't know how to word it. Watch Jay Cote's video. Um, Yes, I know I'm in a different outfit. The thing is, this section is now being filmed after I filmed the video. I filmed the video, filmed the outro, had to go do some stuff, and then I remembered a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff, a couple more things I wanted to talk about this movie. So I'm doing that now. The lighting in this movie was so good. The the fact that Nikki was lit like backlight for like a lot of the movie. So like it's a bright setting, but we don't see her. Like she's like covered in darkness, is terrifying, so scary. And there's the scene where Nikki first knocks on Bear's door after like the when they first become a couple after the um they go to work. Nikki's staring at him, and then all of that. She knocks on his door, and like I saw a photo from like on Reddit. It was like a photo from the movie. I don't remember it looking exactly like that, but it was like just her, but her face was covered in darkness, which is creepy. And then when they're talking, like she's got like some lights in her eyes, which is like I don't know, it's so good. Like the lighting in this movie was really good because it like bathed her in darkness in a bright setting. Like it was very inventive. Um, and I saw someone like again, this isn't my headcanon, but it's interesting to like fit into the story. Someone said that they interpreted the lights in her eyes as like how a predator, like how like lions and everything have reflective eyes. So they interpreted the lights in the eyes similar to that, which is really cool. Um, yeah, the lighting was really really good and very effective and like creating a horror sense, um, like in Hereditary. When I spoke earlier, I didn't like finish the thought. When I spoke earlier, I remember I spoke about how he wears his inspiration on his sleeve, and you can see that Hereditary, Get Out. He said that he asked Navarrete to watch Midsummer, or like he showed her just parts of it. The entire like crew watched Hereditary. It's like it's this movie is very Get Out taken to like a much scarier like extreme, and for the character for Nikki, because it's like she's suffering and everything. I know that in Get Out they're also suffering and everything, but it's like it's much scarier because like she's like screaming, and she's trapped in her own body with like this creature like controlling her, you know, and yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, Hereditary, Get Out. He said he made her watch Midsummer. Like you can see where Curry Barker got his inspiration from and all the places he put it to make it its own. And again, with the lighting, it's that scene in the bedroom where she's like, "Go to sleep," and then she does the thing. It's like that is so good. Like, and then when she has like the uncanny valley look on her face, we're like just supposed to understand that that's like just how her face looks under the lighting. I did hear that they did makeup for that to like enhance it and make it look creepy, but it's not really meant to like her face isn't meant to be actually distorted in the universe of the movie. Like I think that's just meant to be her face. It's just that the lighting makes it look really scary. But yeah, the lighting was so good. It's very Hereditary. Some of the scenes, especially that bedroom scene. Yeah, the lighting was really good. The tension that the movie built up was also so good. My friend said that he saw someone comparing Nikki to Homelander, and I really see that in the unpredictability. Um, like because with Homelander from The Boys, if you haven't watched it, he's like this superpowered being who's like unstoppable, and so he's unpredictable because he could just do whatever he wants and no one can stop him. Nikki obviously isn't the same character, but she has that same unpredictability of like what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You know something bad is probably going to happen, especially with like what we've seen from Nikki or freaky Nikki, not real Nikki. We probably know something bad is going to happen, but we don't know what. Like I know I didn't expect what happened to Sarah to happen to Sarah. I know I didn't expect Nikki to then wear her dress, get her tattoos, and smoke. I know I didn't expect Nikki to shoot Ian. I mean, I kind of expected that when he walked in, but still, it's like it's a very unpredictable movie. It's very or Nikki's rather. It's not an unpredictable movie. It is kind of, but Nikki is an unpredictable character, and the tension built was so good. Like I said, I was sitting back in my cinema seat throughout a lot of the movie, and my heart was genuinely beating. I could feel it like, like throughout a lot of the scenes in the movie because it was just so like tense and scary. Even the sweet scenes, even the scenes where Nikki's like on her knees begging like, I'll do whatever you want, I'll do whatever you want. I love you in every reality, and then she like reverse walks. Like I wasn't expecting that, but I was like, okay, this isn't the end of the scene. Like I'm pretty sure I mentioned this earlier. I filmed two versions of this, and now I've gone and done stuff, so my mind's a bit rattled. But there's moments of levity in the movie, but they are kind of cut short. Like the Bear and Sarah scene, and then it's cut short, and then that scene of like I love you in every reality. It's like okay, so we're getting a sense of like we get that she's still like obsessed with him to an unhealthy degree, but we are getting the sense of like he might be safe. He might be fine. This might be a sweet moment. He might be able to talk to her and we'll be fine. And then boom, she reverse walks. And firstly, that was a crazy thing, just walking in reverse, not walking backwards, walking in reverse. Yeah, that was a crazy thing to happen. And even during the moments of levity, I'm still tense. My heart's still beating. I'm still like scared during the down moments, not just the up moments. And this movie had so many up moments of just like it was just almost constant scares, constant fear, which is such a good and from my opinion, such a hard thing to achieve. And it was achieved so well by Curry. Like again, props to him. He did such a good job. All the praise. Now, I didn't mention this when I was talking about it earlier, but the theme slash metaphor of the movie is it's clearly toxic relationships, and now toxic relationships you can become codependent and obsessive because now you're dependent on this other person, just like Nikki's love is dependent on Bear. And it's a huge metaphor for codependency, toxic relationships. What happens when you give up yourself for someone else? One of my other friends told me that the scene where Nikki stands and smiles at the door when Bear leaves for work. That he quoted. I think it's a quote from Curry Barker. I'm not sure though. but it was a quote of like, we played with the idea that she doesn't exist when she's not perceived, which is like such a good idea with the whole toxic relationship thing, where a lot of people don't feel like themselves unless they're in a relationship, or unless they're being perceived by someone else, or unless they're being perceived by their partner. It's like they aren't a person, they are the relationship. They're not an individual. And clearly, there's that whole metaphor of that thing where Nikki's obsessed with him, and he's also kind of obsessed with her. Obviously, not magic, and to an unhealthy degree. It could be unhealthy though, like that's arguable. But there's the theme of toxic relationships and dealing with it deals with them. It's Nikki has a toxic like relationship with Bear. She only exists when he perceives her. She only exists around him. She always wants to be with him, kiss him, have him. It's only him, and that happens in relationships. It's like, unfortunately, it is a thing that people do. People suffer that. They suffer like not understanding themselves outside of someone else, and it's a sad thing. But this movie is, a metaphor for that whole like obsessive, toxic, codependent relationship. Another metaphor that I picked up is sort of this is a bit of a darker topic. So if you want to avoid it, you can just kind of skip ahead because I don't know. But SA is kind of a theme in the movie. At least I picked up on it, of how Bear is now taking advantage of Nikki when this is freaky Nikki. This isn't Nikki, and yet he's still going through with the relationship, still sleeping with her, still um, having all of these things, doing all of these things with her, knowing it's not her. And the fact that she like begged to die, and then he was like, "What's so bad about being with me?" He's acknowledging, I would just bit my tongue. He's acknowledging that he's like he loves her or is obsessed with her so much that he doesn't care what's happening to her, as long as he's happy in the relationship. And obviously, there's the whole essay thing because they slept together and all of that, and he's not sleeping with Nikki, he's sleeping with freaky Nikki, and so Nikki's not consenting. And I think that's also kind of like when she snapped, like for the second time, because the first time she snapped was when she was talking to him in the car. The second time she snapped was, at least what I noticed, was when they're like kissing on the bed. She like jumps backwards off the bed because she's like now got a fright as to what's happening. I was talking again. I was chatting to my friend about this, and they asked like, you know, uh, 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 I forget what's the word for it, but they asked a question. It's like not what an answer, it's just like a question, a rhetorical question, where it's like, if she's able to perceive what's happening, why would she get shocked by that? And I think it was more that she got shocked um, that it is happening. Like she jumped back while they're kissing because she's like, "This isn't what I want. I didn't want this. This is what I consented to," you know. And there's that scene of them, sleeping together, and she's looking off to the side, and she's not really engaging with him. I saw someone say that she was crying. I didn't pick up on that. She was just looking deadpan to me. But again, that's the idea that like that could be real Nikki kind of coming through of like, she doesn't want to do this, and then freaky Nikki just being the one to actually do it, but real Nikki just not wanting it, and so it's like she's not like really responding or reacting to it. But it also could be real, freaky Nikki just not caring about her pleasure, only Bear's pleasure, because again, that's like the theme of the movie is that she only cares about him. She cares about him more than anything, more than herself, more than anyone else. And yeah, there is like I did pick up on like the air of like SA kind of themes. There's yeah, it's pretty dark, unfortunately, but this whole movie is kind of dark as well. It's not a happy-go-lucky movie. If you're expecting that, then I don't know what movie you thought you were watching. Yeah, a Curry Barker movie, because if you've seen his skits, it's pretty funny, but still. I also did see an interview with him saying that modern horror audiences are smart and we should treat them as such and go off king. Yes, Don't explain everything to us. Don't stranger things us. Oh, this thing is this thing, this thing is this thing, and this. Don't do models for us. Like, just let the movie happen, and we'll figure it out as we go on. And if we don't, we can search it, and smarter people can tell us. Like, treat the audience like they're smart. That's just a general advice. But I'm glad that he like sees that and acknowledges it and appreciates it and uses that in his movie. And I hope he uses that in his new movie as well. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the themes of the movie, the metaphors for toxic relationships, possessiveness, obsessiveness. Is obsessiveness a word? If it's not, I just coined it. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to the outro now. But yeah, that's my video. That's my review for Obsession. I gave it 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10. It is a really good movie, genuinely scary. Um, I really liked it. There's probably a lot more I wanted to say that I just forgot. I don't script this because I don't know. I could script it and it would be cool. I can make it proper and formal and official. But the way I work is I'm a very stream of consciousness person. So even if I script it, I will go off script and end up making the video way more than it needs to be. So I would rather just do my stream of consciousness because I want to be real and I want to be raw in these videos just because I don't think it's lacking. That's the type of person I like to be. Yeah, but that's all I have to say about this movie. It is a great movie, amazing movie. And if you've watched all of this and still haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you watching this whole video. I know it's longer than my usual videos, but I had a lot to say about this movie. It's really good. I'm going to keep saying that. I had a lot to say about this movie. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you don't know me, my name is Daniel. I talk about things and stuff and movies. Please, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about the movie. Tell me if you thought it was good, if you thought it was bad. If you thought it was bad, don't leave a comment. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. That's the wrong opinion. That is the wrong opinion. No. I want to hear your opinions. Tell me about this movie. Tell me if it was good, bad. Tell me if it scared you, if it didn't scare you. Just let me know. I'd really appreciate hearing all of those opinions. I have some stuff I have to do, so yeah, I want to thank you for watching this video. Check out some of my other videos. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you, all of that stuff. Um, you know, at the end of these videos, I say, love you. Have a good day. Goodbye. No one in the comments ever says I love you back. It's like I feel like I love you more than you love me. I have a feeling it's not mutual. Okay, bye. Love you.